The Premier League season is back, and finally we have some football to watch. So, as you can see in the title, my question is: can Liverpool win the Premier League? And well, call me bold, but I'm going to say yes, we can win the Premier League this year. I'll give you my reasons why, and I'll also give my cons. So there's going to be pros and cons about this. But first, let me give you my reason why I think we can. Personally, the transfer window we had was a very good one, in my opinion. It was easily our best transfer window in years. And I say that because we strengthened in the right areas. We bought a goalkeeper in Alisson. We bought a defensive midfielder in Fabinho, who can play right back, centre back, and, the score. And we signed Naby Keita, who's our new number 8. So that was a fantastic signing. We signed him from last season, to be honest, but he just joined us for this season. And we signed Xherdan Shaqiri, so we do have that extra backup for Mo Salah. And Shaqiri is a Premier League proven player, as it is, and he did pretty well for me at Stoke, considering the crop of players we have compared to Stoke. So I think with the players we have, Shaqiri will step up. I know he will be there to step up and whatnot. He'll be a perfect cover for Mo Salah, and he will play games that Mo Salah doesn't, because we need to rest players like Salah, Mane, and Firmino. So we do have a lot of depth in this squad this year compared to last season. So it'll be call me crazy, but I think we can challenge better than what we did last year. But there's a bit of problems with me saying that we can. The first problem is that we need to beat the teams at the midfield to relegation. Our problem is that we do turn up for the big games, which we do. Of course, we do get the results against the Man Cities, the Spurs, Arsenal and whatnot. We do always get results against them because we don't want to lose them. But then when it comes to teams like we should be beating, like Burnley, Cardiff City, let's just throw them in there because they're in it this year. Like the relegation battle and midfield, we sometimes tend to draw against them. So that's been our problem for years now, and I think we really need to rectify that. And I hope this year will be the time that we rectify it, because those matches against those midfield to relegation clubs are just as important as the top 6 matches that everybody talks so big about. Every match is important because you want to win them. So for me, we do have to beat those teams in the midfield and relegation, because we just can't afford to drop points. Our problem is last season we did have the second least losses of that season, but our problem is we drew too many times against the teams like Burnley and whatnot. So we really do need to rectify this problem, and I hope this season we can do that. Of course, we did have defensive frailties in the beginning of the season before we bought Van Dijk. But yeah, with Van Dijk there, I think, personally for me, I really thought we should have bought a new centre-back. But I guess Jurgen Klopp thinks different, and I will believe in him because, of course, we do have Joe Gomez who can sit with Van Dijk. We do have Lovren. Sometimes there is a mistake in him and whatnot. We all know that. Klavan is just backup, and Matip is injury-prone. So, and so is Joe Gomez, actually, the more you think about it. So that's why I think we should have signed a centre back so that we can have cover there. But I hope that our squad can stay fit this season, but we do have enough strength and depth there to cover in, and we do have strength and depth to rest a lot of players now. And one player I'm hoping that will stay fit this season so that he can actually play a role with us is Daniel Sturridge. I don't want to get my hopes up because he is injury prone, but he's had a great preseason, so I do hope Daniel Sturridge has a role to play for us. But yeah, there's a lot of positives coming out of preseason and the transfer window, but of course there'll be negatives saying, can we beat teams like Burnley and whatnot? And that's always going to stay there until we actually prove it. But in terms of our Premier League challenge this season, I think we can do it if we beat those teams. Manchester City won't be winning it as easy as they did last season. Retaining the Premier League, to be honest with you, is one of the hardest things to do. The last team to actually do that was Manchester United from 2006 to 7 to 2008-9. Yeah, three titles in a row, and it's not been retained since. It's been switching from Chelsea to City to United. Even Leicester's won the Premier League. So yeah, nobody's been able to successfully retain it since 2008-9. So that's the big issue that many people are saying, that Manchester City can be the first team to retain it, but Who knows? I do hope Manchester City do slip up somehow, but it's not going to be easy to see whether they slip up and whatnot. But I do think that we will be as close to them as last compared to last season. I do want us to win the Premier League. I do want us to win it, whether it's by dramatic circumstances or we win it with 2 games to spare. I don't really care as long as we actually are there on the day where we can actually challenge throughout the season. And I do like to see us win another trophy like FA Cup, League Cup, or even the Champions League because we're capable. Last season, we put everybody on the map. Everybody was talking about Liverpool, and that was amazing to see that the fact that we literally had that great Champions League run. And it was very overwhelming for me because, to be honest, my expectations for Champions League that year was actually quarterfinals at best. So for us to reach the finals, sorry, that was amazing. I just milked it in because, as a fan, these Champions League finals are not easy to get to, and our last Champions League final was 2007. So for us to get there in 2018 was just brilliant. The fans just milked it in, and it was just amazing. But this year, I'm more optimistic than I've ever been. We've got a great manager in Jurgen Klopp. He's pushed the club forward constantly. Every season has been a forward step from when he stepped in the door. We've had top 4 for 2 seasons running, which is brilliant. And I hope this year we can actually add a trophy and probably win the Premier League. That will be the trophy. Well, that is the trophy I want the most, considering I have not witnessed Liverpool win the Premier League trophy. I'm 28 years old, and I want to see us win the league for the first time ever, especially since the incarnation of the Premier League. So I think everybody wants to see us win the Premier League. So that is one thing I want, but realistically, I think we'll be a very close second or first. But I want us to win the Premier League, so I want us to be. I'm going to call it. I'll just say we'll finish first on the final game of the season. I think it'll go to the final game of the season and we win it. I will hope I'm right then. But anyway, enough of the whole expectations. I hope you guys if you guys have different opinion about who will win the Premier League, just leave it in the comments. I will hit like and reply to them as much as I can. It's up to you what you want to say. It's an opinionated sport. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, so I do expect you to put opinions there. And now on to the next subject. I am going to preview the West Ham game, and I'm going to say this right now. This isn't going to be very easy, considering West Ham have done a lot of activity outside of the Premier League season and off season. Of course, they've got Manuel Pellegrini as a new manager, who's a winning manager who won the Premier League with Manchester City twice. I think it was twice, but he's a winner. You guys, as you can see, he's won League Cup and Premier League doubled, and I think he won another League Cup. So he's definitely a winner, and West Ham are very lucky to have him. And then the transfer window West Ham had, my goodness, all these players they signed: Felipe Anderson, Yarmolenko. Fabianski's even a good signing for them in the goalkeepers department because he did good for Swansea. So West Ham strengthened in all the right areas, and they really have a lot of great players already from what they had last season. What my problem is, and the player to watch for West Ham on Sunday, it's going to have to be Marko Arnautovic, because in the second half of the season, Marko Arnautovic came into his own, so it's going to be very, very tough to see what he can do. Arnautovic is, for me, a very good player. There's the good and the bad of Marko Arnautovic, but during West Ham's second half of the season, we saw the good, and he hit double figures, so West Ham need him to perform among other people, but I'm pretty sure Liverpool will be aware of the dangers of Marko Arnautovic, but I do hope we will be prepared then. Of course, we won't have our fully strength squad because most of them are still recovering from the World Cup and not fit enough to start the season. And we do have injuries to Fabinho and Klavan, and Matip's just been training. So I'm not really sure on who we're going to start. But if I have a choice, and if I'm going to pick the starting 11, I'll go with these guys. Alisson will start in goal. Right back will probably be Nathaniel Klein. Centre backs will be Van Dijk, and if Joe Gomez is fit, then Joe Gomez, and then left back will probably be Andy Robertson, and then our midfield will be Naby Keita, Gini Wijnaldum, and probably Adam Lallana, and then the front three of Mane, Salah, and Firmino will start. And well, I'm not really going to name the bench, but that's my starting 11. That will be my predicted starting 11 anyway. If you guys have a different starting 11, then you can put it in the comments again. And if you do have difference in opinion, then you can put it in the comments again. But thank you guys for watching this video. This has been my predictions for Liverpool's season. I do hope we do very well. Again, I'll say it again. I hope we finish first in the Premier League, and I do hope we add a trophy to it, like an FA Cup or League Cup. I'm probably going to go with the FA Cup because we've not won it since 2006. But to be honest, my expectations are high this year. And can you blame me, considering the transfer window we've had? And we kept our star players, so that was important as well. I forgot to add that in, but we kept our star players and put them on contracts, Firmino and Salah. I think Sadio Mane will also sign, but I don't know if he has yet. But if he has, then you can put it in the comments below. But from what I've heard, I don't think he has yet. But thank you guys for listening, and I will be reviewing the West Ham game immediately after Sunday in the evening time, so you don't want to miss it. But this is SamuraiT-X signing out. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the not Barclays, it's not even Barclays anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed the Premier League season for 2018-19. See you guys later.